This is the paperwork that is required to be reviewed with the buyer shortly prior to closing, typically either on the orientation walkthrough. Some individuals like to do it later, closer to closing. Typically, I prefer to get it taken care of on the orientation first walkthrough. It usually takes around 10-15 minutes to get through it. Sometimes there's interjections, sometimes there's questions. Hopefully this video will help speed that process up for you and for your convenience, so you can go through it whenever you would like, and you also have that electronically so you can recall it, pull it back up, and review it at any time you want or need. So I have this kind of separated out into two sections. This is your folder. This is what I'll hang on to until directly before closing. And this has all of your house information in it. You'll get a separate folder, a title company, that's quite a few more times this size, that has all of your mortgage, title, lending things in it. So this is just a folder. These are the two separate sections here. The reason I have split these out is because this here is solely yours. This over here is company policy, a couple warranty policies and procedures, a couple affidavits that we need to sign. Talks a little bit about warranty. So I typically send this home with the buyer after the orientation first walkthrough for them to be able to review it as soon as they would like. And there's a couple things on here as we go through it here shortly. You'll see there's a few things that you need to go ahead and get started on with the registration process. So to begin, this is the first page here. This is in regards to your 10-year structural warranty. So every D.R. Horton homeowner receives a 10-year foundation warranty and a 10-year structural, which is framing warranty. And the way that you get this is an electronic copy is this website right here. You log on and you can download that file. It's actually information packed. There's a lot of things in there. It actually goes through page by page, goes through room by room, item by item. So it's very specific, it's very detailed. It will explain what items are covered and for how long, and what items are not covered. And so that's how you log on and get that there. This is the first page. So not a necessity, not a requirement, but it is good peace of mind, and it's also transferable. So you purchase your house in 3-4 years, you're either forced to sell it or you would like to sell it, and that remaining 6 or 7 years, 8 years, that's transferable to the new buyer. So that is a pretty big selling point for realtors, yourself, if you want to sell by buyer. So that's that one here. I'll set this aside. All right, this is your homeowner's manual. It's a pretty sizable pamphlet here. I've got some pages earmarked, as you can see. There is quite a bit of information in here. Some of it is, glossary, some terminology, some construction terminology to help better understand different wordings and specifics. However, the most important pages, at least information packed anyways, is the first page we have here is the warranty procedures. And that's going to become probably the most important thing after closing. If you have something that you would like to get some kind of attention to or have some kind of concern or issue, this walks you through how to request for any kind of warranty attention, customer care attention, things of that nature. So we've got this bookmarked, and I'm going to sum this up for you here pretty quick, but this is kind of detailed if you want to scan through here, and that's what I would encourage you to do with all of this paperwork, is scan through it. There's a few things that you do want to read thoroughly. This booklet here, I would scan through it, and whatever's important to you, you may want to slow down, make actual note of, take a picture of it, however you want to note that down so you'll be able to remember if it's important to you, if that section is important to you. So that's warranty procedures, customer care procedures. Next page, continuation, how to request customer service. Now this is kind of the simple process of requesting service. You may send an email to Dallas Care 3. You can see that, dallascare3@drhorton.com. And that goes to, it's received by the customer care team. There's 4 or 5 individuals that sit at the main office, and they receive these every day and type these up, generate them, make them into formal pages. They send that out to a warranty technician in the field. That warranty technician turns around and contacts you to establish, time and dates of appointments. They may need to schedule an appointment to come get more information, but that's the simplest way, is to send an email. Just be sure if you do send that email, make sure to include all of the pertinent information, such as first name, last name, address, subdivision, city, close date, best contact number. If you put all those items on there, there's really no question for them other than the items at hand that you're sending in. So try to be descriptive as possible as you can, so that way it doesn't take up more of your time for them to have to come over and get more specifics and details from any item that you send in. This is emergency contact sheet. This is not marked up because each area is different. We have a few different vendors for each vendor on here, or a few different vendors for each system in the house here. So it's kind of customized per each subdivision. Usually I'll remove this from this booklet and put this in a secure spot in your kitchen for you to put wherever you want to put it, so you can remember where it is. Because if there is a true emergency, you're probably not going to want to scramble through your junk drawer looking for it, or your closing folder, or even this folder over here. You'll probably want to, keep this maybe back of the pantry door. I think the best spot for it, in my opinion, is the side of the refrigerator, kind of the back side to hide it a little bit. But however you want to do it, just make sure you put it somewhere where you can remember where it is. Also, not misleading, but this says emergency. This is not only emergency contact sheet. This also is a tool for you to use at any time, during business hours, after business hours, on the weekends. These vendors are available to you 24/7. They have folks on call after business hours and on the weekends. And keep in mind, this is two-sided. So you may want to take a picture of this with your phone, email it to yourself. That way you have it electronically. Something happens in the house, you're not there, someone calls you from the house and lets you know there's something going on. You have it electronically. You can kind of manage it remotely. So another good kind of idea there. This page here is another style or process on if you would like to request customer care warranty service over the internet. You can log on to the website and it takes you to the D.R. Horton portal, and it walks you through the steps on the portal. So if you're a portal person and you kind of prefer that, this is your page here. And then the last page here in this pamphlet, booklet, is, personally, I think this is the most valuable page in this booklet. This is recommended homeowner maintenance schedule. So this not only helps remind you to replace your air filter in your HVAC unit, but it has quite a few other things on here to just monitor and check throughout the duration of the house serving you. So that's this pamphlet here. All right. This is HVAC warranty information. This is the Carrier brand warranty information. Some homes have Carrier brand. Some homes have Lennox brand. You'll be able to tell which brand of HVAC unit you have, if you just walk outside, look at your air conditioner motor outside, it will have an emblem, a little sign emblem on it that'll look exactly like this right here, or it'll look exactly like this right here. Usually about the size of a bumper sticker, and they're mounted right there on the side of your outside condenser motor unit. This is your 10-year limited extended warranty registration process. Please take note, this very first section here, products must be registered within 90 days of close of escrow. It's closing. So keep that in mind if you do want to have those items warranted after your first year of full coverage. Then after your first year, if you would like full coverage, you would need to register within 90 days, 3 months of your closing. And it walks you through page by page on how to follow the registration process. And this is essentially the same thing as the last one. It's just Lennox driven. It's the Lennox brand. And they have 2 separate pieces of paperwork. Here's explaining to you a little bit more about the warranty procedures and the extended warranty. This kind of shows you different loads and different little mechanisms on the HVAC system. But again, this is more of a warranty registration process for your HVAC, for Lennox. This one here will help you with, if you have laminate wood flooring, LVP, some people call it, luxurious vinyl plank, vinyl wood flooring, anything that is not tile but looks like wood flooring and is not actual real tree wood, then this applies to you. And what this does is explains to you what that material is, what to use on it to clean it, and what not to use on it. I won't say it's a sensitive product. It does very good for its purpose. However, it can be damaged. I won't say relatively easy. However, if you don't know what product to not use on it, you can easily damage it. So I would just scan through here. I think everyone, or a lot of folks, are familiar with Swiffer and Bona, B-O-N-A. Bona is a product that most of the time is safe for your floors. They have kits. They have just the actual Swiffer style little brooms. But I would scan through here because the last thing you want to do is damage or ruin your laminate wood flooring. And this is also a second page back here. Hard surface maintenance instructions. Okay. This here is the subdivisions that use Safe Haven. There's also on the emergency contact sheet here, there's a separate one. You receive 2 of these because it is pretty important. So we use 2 separate low voltage, they call it security system here, Home Pro and Safe Haven. Most subdivisions are using Safe Haven. So this here is what makes your house a smart home. Keep in mind, you will need to have internet access, either a hard line with a service provider, AT&T, Spectrum, Optimum, any of those companies. You'll need to have service hooked up, engaged and installed and working before you can have Safe Haven come out to help you do an orientation on things, get the system started up. Again, that's if you want to make your home a smart home. And again, this is just a secondary emergency contact sheet. Additional one. Last little section of your paperwork is the warranty customer care, different times throughout the year that you may request service if you have any service or items that need attention, concerns, issues. So the first time frame is 60 days after closing. I would encourage you not to send it in at the 60-day mark. It's probably best to send it in around the 45 or 50-day mark. Keep in mind that they have, I believe it's 48 hours to receive it, generate it. Then they have to send it out to a field technician, a customer care field technician. They also have 48 hours to receive it, process it, contact you. So at a minimum, 3 or 4 days prior to your 60-day, you would send this in. And again, DallasCare3@drhorton.com is the email address there. Yes, they still have the snail mail address on here. You choose to go the snail mail route, you might want to do it a week and a half, 2 weeks prior to, or longer, before the 60-day. So here's your 60-day. There's 3 time periods. There's a 60-day, a 6-month, which is your 6-month. Again, DallasCare3@drhorton.com. And then last is your 11-month. Same as 6-month and 60-day. If you do not have any warranty items, customer care items at 60-day, that's okay. You don't have to turn your list in. Save it until your 6-month. This is strictly, or I should say, this is mostly for your convenience. So that way you don't see an item at day 38 after moving in the house and have to take off work to get one item fixed. This is so you can start a list and the customer care technician will try to schedule all appointments for one specific day to get all of those items taken care of. Again, that's more for your convenience. 3 time periods. So again, I think probably the best thing to do is put this in a spot that you know you can remember and just start this list. Maybe there's a few people that live in your home, so they may need to know where it is, and that way they can write something down. If they can't share it with you, forget to share it with you, they know where this list is, they can write it down. That sums it up for all of your paperwork. And again, I typically send this home, not as homework, but there's a few things that you may want to do up front as soon as you can. All right, this here is all of these pages. All of these pages are carbon copy, so you will receive the back copies of this after we sign everything, except this first one. But this first one is just, yes, I received the homeowner's warranty manual. This was this booklet right here, just stating that you received this. Okay. This form, affidavit of completion. This says we are not missing a light fixture in the house. We're not missing a toilet in the house. The house is complete. We're not missing no pieces are missing in the house. Keep in mind, this is separate from what we're going to cover at the very end, the actual punch list. Okay. This is just, yes, the house is complete. Basically what this is telling everyone is then you'll sign your name. The address will be right here. I am purchasing this house. Yes, we have done the orientation. Yes, we have covered the warranty procedures. Dallas Care 3 is once again down here. That's this piece of paper here. This is a warranty enrollment form. This has your signature, the address on here, so that way they need to send you any kind of warranty information. They may want to send you a survey. They can reach out to you with all your information. This is a warranty customer care enrollment form. Landscape addendum. Next one here. There is no warranty on landscaping after closing. If you have a sprinkler system, most of our subdivisions do now, you really shouldn't have to worry much about any kind of landscape warranty. Typically, these are for the subdivisions that do not have irrigation sprinkler systems. But may want to keep that in mind. Adjust your sprinkler system as needed. Best recommendations is when the temperature goes above 80 degrees, water twice a week. I always typically just encourage Mondays and Thursdays. You just don't want to water back-to-back days. You want to spread it out through the week. Once the temperature goes below 80 degrees on average, then you only need to water once a week. But as long as you have a sprinkler system, you shouldn't have to worry much about landscaping addendum or any kind of warranty on landscaping. Attic addendum. This just states that you understand and are aware that the attic is not designed and engineered and meant for storage. Okay. That is because the size, length, and width of all of the ceiling joists that support the small bit of attic flooring are engineered and designed to carry the amount of roof load weight that's on them, and then also the sheetrock load weight that's on them. So if you add any more additional weight to them, you could potentially void your 10-year structural framing warranty. Typically what I've heard in the past is you're going to get some sheetrock cracks, right? May have a saggy ceiling depending on how many things you decide to store up there. I would just make sure that I didn't store much up there at all, right? Definitely anything heavy at all. Right? HVAC, return air filters is fine. Very, very, very light stuff. Lastly, we have the pre-occupancy. This is the pre-closing punch list, pre-occupancy punch list. So any items that are determined in the house on the orientation walkthrough that are not cosmetic, this will get written on this sheet here. And again, here's your copy back here. So anything that's written on this list, we have to, at a minimum, at least address. Most of the time it does get corrected, completed. But if it makes this list, it has to have attention given to it. It's this here. These pages here, we will sign. Right here, attic addendum, landscape addendum, warranty enrollment form, affidavit of completion. Yes, I received my homeowner's manual. We'll sign those. We typically do not sign these. Sometimes we do. Most of the time we do not sign these on the first orientation walkthrough. This is left to sign off on the final pre-closing house walkthrough meeting. So that's it for the paperwork. I usually keep these, all of these here, bring this back with us for that second meeting. Tear your copies off, put them in your folder. And if you don't have your folder, I'll just put your copies in one of the kitchen drawers here so you have them kind of at hand if you need them. And that is the warranty and all of the required paperwork before orientation walkthrough.